What's up, gang? Good afternoon. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Just wanted to jump in real quick. My trainer just left, so just jumped in the hot tub to recuperate. Today was one of those tough days, man. He was on me like it was nobody's business. So it's interesting, training by yourself and training with a trainer is night and day. Oh boy, hold on, just switching seats. It's night and day, man. Some of the stuff that you might quit on by yourself, you don't quit on with a trainer. So I'm just put my body through some therapy right now. After he leaves, so it's a daily grind. It's funny, right? Many of us start working out, we start training, and we want overnight results. But we didn't get overnight funny looking bodies. It didn't happen overnight. You didn't wake up and your stomach was like, bam! It didn't happen that way. You didn't wake up and maybe you had an extra chin, or maybe you woke up and you had high blood pressure. It didn't happen that way. It happened over time because of a little bit of neglect. This is my story anyway, it may not be your story. Neglect, chilling too much, not being disciplined, and so it happens over time. I have a friend, a mentor, his name is Jeff Olson, who wrote a book called The Slight Edge. And the slight edge principles are very, very simple. He used this analogy. He said, nothing happens just like that. He said, if I eat a salad at every meal for a year, and you eat a McDonald's cheeseburger every meal for a year, at the end of the year, how will you look and how will I look? And obviously, I look more trim and in better shape than you would if you were eating a McDonald's cheeseburger. But what happens is we never take account of the progression over time. I love when he says this. He said, if you walked into a McDonald's restaurant and ate a cheeseburger and you died flat, people wouldn't eat that cheeseburger. And not give McDonald's any bad press, but the fact that you can eat one over time and you don't see what happens you don't see it until later on, we indulge in that cheeseburger opposed to eating that salad. It is called the slight edge effect. Phenomenal book, phenomenal concept. And so right now I'm with the slight edge effect, man. I'm in this bad boy right now, taking care of my body, because when you're working out, your muscles are ripped, especially when you're working. Well, I can't give you his secrets away, but when you're working out, your muscles are ripped and they're getting tore up. So after workout, you have to fill up with some protein. I just had an egg white sandwich. Had egg whites this morning and oatmeal and a little bit of blueberries. Then for lunch, I had egg whites again with 2 slices of bread. I'm about to have a grapefruit when I get out of here. And then later on today, another one of my meals, I'll be doing lamb chops with a whole bunch of asparagus, 158 grams of asparagus. That's a lot, guys. I'll be doing that. I'll do that at 3, then I'll double back and do it again at 7. And then my 10 o'clock meal, if I have a 10 o'clock meal, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it'll definitely be protein with some vegetables on the side. No sugar, no sweets, none of that stuff, no alcohol, just rocking and rolling. And this is becoming actually fun. I'm feeling better than I've ever felt before. And the thing is, how long can you sustain this? And his job as a trainer is to get me right and then teach me how to maintain and have my, cheat day. Right now, I ain't no cheat days. I asked him the other day, I was like, yo, dog, can I have a pizza? He just looked at me. He's like, no, Rubber, it's too early for pizza. I felt like I was getting scolded. He just got silent on the kid. I said, yo, man, can I have a pizza? He's like, nah. So, it's a good diet. We're not taking anything out of the diet. It's not Atkins or anything like that. We're not, I eat carbs. I eat carbs because I have to eat my macros. We're eating protein, we're eating carbs, we're eating vegetables, complex carbs, and non-complex carbs. We're eating fruit. I don't drink fruit juices or sodas or none of that stuff. I just don't. I try to keep sugar out of my body. There are 3 whites I try to keep out of my body. There's white sugar, white salt, and white flour. And I've been doing that for a long time, you know. So maybe that's how neglecting my body kind of set in, because I figured I was doing the right thing, you know, for a while. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, just wanted to jump on today, say what's up to everybody. Hope everybody else out there taking care of your health. You know, you only get one body. And it's funny, my trainer says sometimes people treat their cars better than they treat their bodies. You know, he said, when you think about treating your body, think about treating how you treat your kids. Would you neglect your kid? Answer's no. So why would you neglect your body? And y'all know I'm not the one to be on here telling people what to do at all. I just tell my story. That's it. And if someone could get inspired by me telling my story, cool. But I'm on my damn business. I don't tell people what they should do and what they shouldn't do under no circumstances. You know. But I'll tell my story, and if my story inspires you, great. If it don't, it is what it is. Keep it rolling. Nah, but I posted something last night, right? And I definitely needed to post this because it was something that was an eye-awakening for me some years ago when I thought I was really doing it, but I wasn't doing it. My post was pretty much simple. It said, you don't always have to be the alpha dog. You know, you could be a puppy. Literally. And some of the circles I'm in right now, I'm the puppy. I don't know anything. I'm sitting in there dumbfounded. You know, wanting to add to the equation, but I can't because these people are just so much more accomplished than me in almost every aspect of life. You know, and I'm okay with that. There's no ego involved. I ain't there sitting there thinking about what I can contribute or what I got to say or what I know. It's funny, right? I brought some people around my mentors, and when they get around my mentors, now my mentors again are extremely accomplished, and I'm not just talking money. Money's not even a thought. Extremely accomplished, but I brought some people around my mentors, and those folks around my mentors are tooting their own horn. You know, talk about what they've done and their accomplishments, which is phenomenal. Because if you don't toot your own horn, nobody will. At the same time, this ain't the time to be tooting your own horn. You know, because you're in the presence of some people who could say one or two things and change your life around like that. But when you're in their presence, you let them know who you are, what you're doing, what you got, and not even what you have as far as possessions are concerned, but your knowledge base, how smart you are, so on and so forth. Look, bruh, chill. Soak it in. Learn. And that's what I've grown to do. And I don't play those games, man. When I'm with my mentors, I shut the up. Literally. You know, for those who hang with me and chill with me, we can shoot the stuff and we can chill out and we can have a good time. We can have great conversation. But you would think I'm an alien when I'm around my mentors. You're like, damn, Robert, what's wrong with you? You'd be looking at me like, what's wrong with the kid? I'm in strict learning mode because I know, you know, I need to learn more so I can serve more. Sometimes we build our circles up, right? We build our circles up with people who are comfortable, that we're comfortable being around. And it's okay for your emotions. It's okay maybe for your ego. It's okay just for maybe your well-being. Sometimes you need to be around people who make you feel comfortable. But it doesn't always add to your growth. Even when we're working out, do you think it's comfortable when I'm down there pushing this metal and out of breath, can't talk? Good Lord. Yo, it's funny, right? When we first get in there, we chatting a little bit. Then once we start, I try to talk. I can't talk. I can't breathe, let alone trying to talk. It's uncomfortable as a mother sucker. It's extremely uncomfortable for an hour. You know, and I never want to quit because I'm not going to quit on myself. And that's how it is when I'm around my mentors sometimes. It's extremely uncomfortable. It's extremely uncomfortable with some of the conversations. Shit, it stretches me like crazy. But I relish in it. I love it. I enjoy it. I take from it. You know, I leave those conversations learning something. You know, I chatted about this recently. Sometimes when we're listening, and a lot of people, when we're listening, we're thinking and not just listening. Now, some people say, I'm nobody's puppet. I can think. I got my own mind. Your own mind has got you exactly where you are today. It's funny, right? Sometimes you see those pictures of Jay-Z sitting next to Warren Buffett. And you may say to yourself, Jay-Z a hip-hop artist. He a mogul. What in the heck does he have in common with Warren Buffett? You may say that. He has a whole lot in common with Warren Buffett. But it all started with him sitting around Warren Buffett being quiet. We've all heard this before, at least I hope. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason. So you can hear more and talk less. But I'll be honest with you, that took me a while to grasp. Because as you learn something, you want to share it. That's just natural human nature. It's natural to learn and share, learn and share, learn and share. When little kids learn something, they do show and tell, or they're in 5th grade or whatever, when they learn and share, they learn and share, they learn and share. Right? That's natural. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to grow, when you're trying to be stretched, you learn, you consume, you learn it, you listen, you consume, you learn, you grow. You listen, you consume, you learn, you grow. And part of listening is just listening and not trying to always make your point made. And you know what's interesting? I have folks that I have conversations with sometimes, and God bless their heart. They're good people. But some of them just don't know no better. They don't know that they don't know. They don't know that they don't know. And sometimes I'm having conversations with them, and it's not that I know more than them, I'm not better than them, none of the above. It's just a body of knowledge that I've gained that I can share my story from. It's not their experience. But they meet me with such opposition. It's wild. It's wild. But yet they're chatting with me because they're trying to learn. But it is what it is. I don't take offense to it because I was once there. And hell, I'm still there in some instances. You know, we're all a work in progress. I believe that. We're all a work in progress. And we ain't done until we dead. You know, and I'm not down until I'm 200 years old, so I got a lot of work to do. Yeah, y'all, I just wanted to jump in today. Say what's up to folks. You know, Hot Tub Chronicles in full effect. You don't always have to be the alpha dog. You don't always have to be the one to know everything. You just don't have to be the alpha dog all the time. Trust me. It's okay to be the puppy. We've all heard this. If you're the smartest person in your circle, then you're in trouble. Boy, you're in trouble. If you're the most accomplished, the wealthiest in your circle, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You know, the great Pat Riley says, you're either growing or you're dying. There's no in between. You're either growing or you're dying. There's no in between. So if your circle causes you to always be in give mode, and there's nobody pulling you, your influence, your knowledge base is dying, is withering away because you're not being fed. You know? And again, it's tough for some folks. And literally it is. That's my contractor calling me. He's outside. I gotta open the gate. Hold on. How am I gonna do this? All right, guys. I gotta bounce. Well, no. Let me see if I can answer. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. My contractor came. He says electrician outside. Just been trying to reach out for the last couple of days. I'm just not available right now. Hold on. Let me tell Taylor to go open the door. Open the gate.